Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to our apostles, our elder bishops, the great millstone and well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing this true doctrine across the four winds of the earth and all truth and sincerity. I'm Lamar Ariyah from the Mississippi Count. Lord willing, this be edifying lesson, quick and to the point through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And this lesson basically going into how, the devil, the Lord is causing their tongue to fall upon themselves. And it's also exposing, lies, deceit, you know, as well as confusion. And what I mean by that, I'm going to play a video after I bring out the couple of scriptures and read um, a question I asked chat, read the response regarding the man in Iowa who is a data center developer, speaking on basically that these data centers that they're using, Google is lying about the crazy amounts of water that it needs to use. Saying that he has data center and he don't have to use a drop of water. So that's why you gotta understand this devil has a forked tongue. He'll say one thing, he'll mean the other, he'll do one thing, and it's to push another agenda completely opposite of what he said he was going to do. The scripture goes into he's a liar and the father of it. But at the end of the day, the truth is going to come out one way or the other. All right, this is the book of Luke, chapter 12, starting at verse 2 in the NLT. The time is coming when everything that is covered up will be revealed, and all that is secret will be made known to all. And it's going to be made known to all the wicked deeds, all the deceitful things this devil is doing. And people are getting curious and hip to it, going to the internet, doing research, exposing, complaining, crashing out, because at the end of the day, the spirits of people are being stirred up and they know something is going on, something ain't right, and this devil, everything he's doing is putting people in dire straits, financially, spiritually, mentally, physically, health-wise, you name it, okay? When the scriptures goes into when the righteous bear rule, the people rejoice. But when the wicked is in rule, the people mourn. And everybody is in a mind of confusion, man. All right? Everybody is dealing with confusion, corruption, uncertainty, anxiety, because they don't know what's going on, but they know something is going on. And then this devil poisoning the food, the water, the air. The list goes on and on, man. But see, he's being exposed on all these levels. People are exposing them on levels when they're learning and hearing about these things, and they'll put it on the internet, right? And it all starts with the prophets who have been exposing this devil, starting with our apostles, our elder bishops, brothers on down. But them third witnesses are getting on board, man. And this devil is being exposed. Verse 3, whatever you have said in the dark will be held in the light, and what you have whispered behind closed doors will be shouted from the housetop for all to hear. And that's what's going to happen. So I'm gonna play this video first, then I'm gonna read a little bit of the information going into who this guy is. I can't think of his name right off the top. Hold up. Let's see what we got here. Okay, his name is Doug Sevey, right? See if I can pull up. And he's the president and CEO or Encevia. What it say? An Iowa-based data center and cloud hosting company. He has been a vocal local figure in discussions about a proposed data center in Palo, Iowa, where he has publicly criticized the water usage plans of the tech giant Google. Okay, so he's a whistleblower, right? He's a part of the third witness who's exposing these devils for their lies and deceit and the wickedness they're doing when it comes to these data centers, in a sense, right? So I'm gonna go on and play this, and then I'll bring out the information on them, a little bit of it, get another scripture, and we'll close it out.
My name is Doug Sevey. I live at 3392 64th Street, Palo, Iowa. I've called the mayor and suggested that I get put on some kind of a committee because I'm Palo's resident expert. I build data centers. I own data centers. I built the first private data center in the state of Iowa, and everything that Google is telling you is BS. I have a data center right now that's running in Hiawatha, and I have been there 14 years and have never used 1 gallon of water. What Google isn't telling you is they don't want to use the technology because it costs more. They're going to burn through the water, and when it's done, and they don't care. Then they'll put the money in. And so I can guarantee you, if you guys want to start a committee, I'll volunteer because I'm the expert. I build them. I'm working on one right now. I'm working on one in Milwaukee. I live here, and I told you on the phone, I called you and talked to you, and I said, you should really let me help you. I never heard anything back. And I warned you, I said, my well goes dry. I'm coming after you because I know what's going on. And you can't do this. You guys have to say no water. They don't have to have it. I mean, to give you an idea, you people, how many people in here have heard of Unity Point Health? Okay? All right? I have 100% of their IT in my data center, and I've never used a gallon of water. And I'm the most efficient data center in the world. So this is all crap, and you guys don't want to listen. In fact, I called you and said, maybe we should talk. Never heard back from you. So if you guys want to put a committee together, you can call me. I'll tell you the truth, and I can explain everything to you how this works, because they're lying to you. Big time. There's absolutely no reason to use a gallon of water. And the same thing on the efficiency of the electricity. They're doing the cheapest way they can. All they want to do is get the gravy, and when it turns to shit, they're gone. Google is not our friend. So anybody wants to talk to me, I'll sit over here afterwards and I'll explain it to you. So if you would like, I would be more than happy to be on your committee to work on this because I am the expert. I build them. I know. Thanks.
Thank you, Doug.
All right, so there you have it, man. Doug Sevey is exposing or calling out Google on their lies regarding needing to use all this water, drying up these particular bodies of water, lakes and streams and whatever the case may be, to keep their data centers operational, But this guy, this data center developer or builder, as well as the CEO of a particular data center company, right, says that he's never used a gallon of water. And he builds them, okay? He's been doing it for years. He pretty much, the way he's speaking, he knows the system of data centers, man. And who knows, man? He might have said a little more than he needed to. He might turned up, missing or deleted. Just like all them scientists that ended up, MIA, deleted. You know, because we know this devil don't like to be exposed, man. And he'll silence a person quick if he feel like it's a threat to whatever he's doing. So this is regarding Doug Sevey. In 2026, Doug Sevey became publicly involved in the controversy surrounding Google proposed data center in Palo, Iowa. He criticized the project primarily over the water consumption and cooling technology. Sevey argues that the large data center needs to be developed responsibly because they can place substantial demands on local water, electricity, and other infrastructures. His own Hiawatha, I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. Hiawatha facility uses a closed loop chilled water cooling system, which he say reduces water consumption compared with evaporating cooling. So when you hear Doug Sevey, Iowa data centers, you're talking about a data center owner, developer, and CEO who has built and operated facilities himself and is now publicly challenging how some much larger data center projects are being developed. You know, so basically, man, he's against the way Google is operating with their data centers, man, when it comes to the water consumption, right? So who knows, man? Who knows? You know, but what we do know is this devil has to be stopped, man. You know, because if not, no flesh will be saved, man. Everything will suffer under the rulership more and more and more if this devil's not taken out and removed from power. But we know he will be because Yahweh Shai is going to return in his prophecy, man. You know, Scripture said he gonna have on his head many crowns. That's because he's finna come subdue and take down and remove all these so-called leaders of the earth, man. Okay? So this is the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 2, starting at verse 2 in the NLT. Salaki. Brought that out. This is Jeremiah, chapter 49, uh, verse 10 in the NLT. But I will strip bare the land of Edom, and there will be no place left to hide. Its children, its brothers, and its neighbors will all be destroyed, and Edom itself will be no more. And this is one of the best things that's going to happen to and for the earth under the return of Yahweh Shai, setting up righteousness, man. Is this devil being completely destroyed, rooted up, you know what I'm saying, where his seed, his bloodline will be utterly destroyed, man, after that 1,000 years of hard, rigorous labor. Okay? This is one of the best things that could happen to the earth, man. Scripture goes into how the fir tree is gonna rejoice when this devil is taken down. Everything on earth is in a state of oppression because of this devil, man. You know? Let's get one moment to close it up. This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 3. The pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, because his pride, man, he sets himself on high. He think he's above everybody and everything. He even think he's up one on Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay, that's why I say the pride of his heart had deceived him, right? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, because the eagle is a proud bird, it flies higher than any other bird, and as well as it is a very gruesome, heartless bird, man. It'll take his prey, it'll grab his prey, fly high, and drop it down a mountain, man. Okay? So an eagle is a very prideful and can be a very vicious bird, right? That dwelleth in the cliffs of the rocks. So like, starting wrong. Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh. So this devil is gonna be taken down, man. And prophecies are coming to pass, and it can't be stopped. Romans 3:3, goes into, so what if some don't believe? That the unbelief make the faith Yahweh me outside without effect. Yahweh forbid, let the Most High be true and every man a liar, right? So it's going to happen, man. This book again, back in Obadiah chapter 1, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. So this devil is going to be rooted up, man. And the way you get rid of cancer, the way you keep a particular tree or vine from regrowing, you have to root it up, burn it to the root, or root it up altogether. And that's what's going to happen to Esau, Edom as a nation, man. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had. Lord willing, edification was there through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And hey, till the next time, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to our apostles, our elder bishops, a great millstone and well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. Shalom.